I'm Todd Grisham. There's no other venue like it. Welcome inside the Grand Theater. Next to me is Johnny Nelson.
Looking forward to this one, Todd.
And now it's time for our tale of the tape. Up first is the dancer. And he'll be facing the Pac-Man. He stands 166 centimeters tall and has a reach of 170. First up, the dancer from the It's the Pac-Man, the only boxer to hold world champion.
This bout is scheduled for 12 rounds of boxing. In the red corner, from the United States of America, wearing the blue trunks trimmed with white, the dancer. Fighting out of the blue corner, from General Santos City in the Philippines, truly one of the all-time greats, boxing's first and only 8-division champion of the world, Manny Pac-Man Pacquiao.
All the seats have been taken in this unique setting. What an event it will be here tonight. These athletes have been waiting a long time to square off. Here we go. There's a scoring blow. Beautiful counter shot. Jab slightly off target. A perfect counter lands. Welcome inside this unique environment, a beautiful theater, ready for a fist fight.
Todd, I love theaters for all these reasons. You can hear...
Oh my goodness, Johnny! Pacquiao is rocked. Appears they weathered the storm. How? I'm not sure.
Got caught sleeping on the job. What do? You step back, steady yourself, recompose yourself, then boom, back into it. But do not make those mistakes. This is the wrong place to fall asleep.
Halfway through the round, and there's not a lot separating these two.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than equal.
Shot. Didn't land that jab. Throws the jab but does not score. Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. After what we saw in that last round, it's pretty obvious who has the advantage here.
I seriously hope the judges kept their eye on this fight because if...
Here we go, it's round two. After a really strong round, let's see if they can finish the job.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
To be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Counter punch caught him clean. A counter fighter relies a lot on their instincts and reaction time. You've got to get in there quick to punch your opponent before he gets his fist back to block.
Reaction is second to none. It's the blink of an eye, and they're waiting for any little twitch you do. So you've got to fight. A counter punch is smart.
He scores with the counter. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. Where was the defense? Why weren't they covering up? Why weren't they more cautious? It appears that the moment of trouble has passed, at least for now.
It's been a tough round so far. It's been a tough round. What will they do? What will they tell him when he goes back to the corner? How are they going to get through this?
Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. That punch is beginning to take its toll. the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Well, there's no doubt about who won that round.
Dominance, without a doubt, made it look so easy.
There's the bell to start round 3. Well, Johnny, can he keep the momentum going after that last huge round for him?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Nice counter shot. Beautiful counter punch. He threw a punch and just got countered. This fighter has been described as a swarmer, that fighter who attempts to overwhelm their opponent by applying constant pressure.
You're fighting the swarmer. Be smart, be sharp. Concentrate what you've got to be confident. Do not dance his dance. Because that swarmer, once you do that, you're giving him a chance that shouldn't have it.
How about that time counter shot? Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. These two are the perfect dance partner.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
You couldn't write a script like this. This is like Rocky versus Apollo. Perfect counter shot. They exchange punches. Fantastic punch. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Nice counter punch right up the middle. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Pacquiao might be in some big trouble here. Is he going to go down? As bad as boxing judging can be sometimes, there's the bell to start round 4. Good counter punching. Well done with that counter shot. Nice counter shot. These two were made for each other. Back and forth they go. Those counter punches have to hurt. Do you believe this? Counter shot lands. You hear that old phrase, second win. You've got to find it somehow.
What can they change? Can they slow the pace down? Can they hope to knock them out early? What can they do? They've got to concentrate and relax. Because you know what you can do in the gym. You can do it in the fight. You've got to relax.
Good counter punch. Neither one of these fighters want to see the judges' scorecards. Catch and shoot. Punch, counter punch. It's all offense all the time. Nice counter punch. Has to be careful for that receipt. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. They've got the momentum. They've got the advantage. How do they keep switching up? Here we go in round 5. Who's going to land the first big shot? Coming off that fantastic last round, let's see if he can keep his momentum going.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won the hands down.
Which one of these athletes is going to be the first to go down. A perfect counter shot. Pacquiao there got clipped clean. We almost saw a knockout a second ago, and now they're going toe-to-toe.
What recovery skills they are. What a shot it was. Completely gone. I thought there's no way he's going to finish this round. But look at that. Look at the movement. Look at the speed. Back on it. Like it never happened.
Punch, counter punch. Nice counter shot. You've seen all the famous boxing movies, the training scenes, the gym work. That's what it all boils down to. Who's going to have more endurance?
Now this is about desire. This is about character. This is about want.
Nice counter shot. That counter shot lands. Swing and a miss with the hook. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. After what we saw in that last round, it's pretty obvious who has the advantage here.
As long as they don't get complacent, you think this is too easy. If you keep this same kind of...
This is the beginning of round 6. That round was complete domination. Let's see if we can shake things up here in this round.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
A perfect counter lands. That left hook missed. Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. Nice counter shot. Shot lands. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. The work rate is down. The head isn't moving as well, Johnny. Fatigue is starting to set in.
Midway through the fight, if you are tired, this can be the loneliest place in the world. If you cheated, now we're going to find out.
A real good back and forth between these two fighters.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Misses with that jab. And through the hook, it didn't land. That hook just can't find the target. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. Good counter punching. Shot. A perfect counter shot. That was almost a 10-8 round. Complete dominance.
You can't leave it up to the judges. It's up to you as the fight.
Here comes round 7. That last round was huge for him, Johnny. How does he keep the momentum going?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
What do you think of this fight so far, Johnny?
Work the body, frustrate them, take the mind off the chin, take the mind off protecting everything around that. Work the body, use tactics. Sometimes it's all right to actually outbox a fight and beat them on points.
A perfect counter lands. You gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. Beautiful counter shot. punch right up the middle. Punch, counter punch. They exchange punches. Nice punch. That uppercut misses. There's a counter shot. He threw a punch and just got countered. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always... This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. Well, we're entering desperation mode here. Gonna need a knockout.
Wow, it's like two different leagues.
Get your mind back, get your
And there's the bell for round 8. Off their stools and ready to go. Let's hope this round is more competitive.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on you. And that's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. He threw a punch and just got countered. Punch, counter punch. Stamina is so important for these two fighters because it allows them to use their skills throughout the match. It can all come down to who's in better shape.
Now you've got two fighters that are absolutely shattered. What gets you through? Willpower. Calm, because if you panic, you get desperate. If you get desperate, you make mistakes. If you make mistakes, you get knocked out.
That power punch scores. Halfway through the round, and I don't know who's got the advantage. Great stuff.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill. Tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
Nice counter shot. They won't give us a second to catch our breath. They exchange punches. There's a counter shot. Well done with that counter shot. We wanted action, and they are giving us action. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Talk about a one-sided 3 minutes. We just saw it.
Somebody...
And there's the bell for round 9. Coming off that great round, let's see if they can build on momentum here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Beautiful counter shot. Endurance is becoming a factor. You can see this fighter having a hard time getting out of the way of punches, and they're not throwing as many on their own.
What can they change? They can change their attitude. They can change their nervous system for a certain amount of punches per round. Because otherwise, if they deviate from the game plan, they're going to be shattered once again, and the fight will be over.
How about that time counter shot? Do you believe what we're seeing? A very competitive round here so far. Let's watch this again. He set it up perfectly and knocked him down.
Shot from the gods, they say. A shot from the gods.
Back on their feet, but how long will they stay there?
Todd, he's off. I'll be surprised if he makes it back to the corner. And if he does, will he get back up from the stool again? That was a shot.
Good thing it didn't land. Nice counter punch right up the middle. Final 10 seconds here, and I think he knows who's won this round. Is there any way back into this fight after the beating he has taken so far?
There's always a way back.
Here comes the 10th round. They've got to be feeling confident now after what happened last round.
I have no idea what they have left. How do you come back from something like that? Not out twice? Where's your head at? Where's your energy levels at? It tells you you've got nothing left.
He scores with the counter. There's a big difference between being the aggressor and the effective aggressor. Which type are we seeing so far?
How do you deal with an aggressive fighter? What you do is you fight fire with fire. You either give it them back because that's where they're comfortable, or you play calm, play cool.
Punch, counter punch. Well done with that counter shot. Just missed with that hook. Nice counter. Halfway through the round, and it's pretty much even Steven.
So close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
That counter shot lands. And that jab just missed with the left hand. How about that? Oh, Pacquiao is seeing stars after that one. And it froze him in his tracks. Look at this again.
You're right, Todd. What a...
Looks like he's going to survive the round here, but just barely. Huge momentum swing. That's going to... Let's start 11. Got to get the momentum shift coming their way. What can they do here?
Oh, listen to me. If I knock somebody down like that round, you know this round coming out? He's getting everything full barrel because I know his leg is gone. So this, you watch what's going to happen. If he doesn't, I'll be very surprised.
How about that time counter shot? You're a power puncher. You're not as concerned with how many punches you throw. It's about how many you land and how hard they are.
That power might be the do or die. That power might be the equalizer.
Throws the jab, it doesn't score. Punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. Nice counter. So much bruising. Will the referee stop this fight? So apparently the referee deems it's not that serious, and this fight moves on. You can tell one of these fighters is starting to fade. What does he need to do to get back in this contest?
Now you've got two fighters that are absolutely shattered. What gets you through? Willpower. Calm, because if you panic, you get desperate. If you get desperate, you make mistakes. If you make mistakes, you get knocked out.
That counter shot lands. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. What would you tell this guy he's got to do? Who thought we would have made it to 12? Let's see how they bounce back here in this round.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
Starting to take some deep breaths now, but still fighting hard. Can't score with that uppercut. We've seen in the past in this fighter, they don't get concerned when they lose some of the earlier rounds because they know they've got that power that can strike at any moment.
It's the one who draws first blood card. That's what you've got to look at. If you pick and you know you're in there with a banger, you've got to be on it, but you've got to be confident.
Left hook just missed. You'd like to see someone use a jab here to establish a boxing presence, but no, they just want to fight. Might want to think of holding on here for a minute. Nice counter shot. Nice counter shot. Well, they're going deep into the gas tank on this round. Very competitive. And before they get knocked down, they choose to go down on their own and take a knee.
Absolutely gassed out, didn't know what to do, and hurt on top of that.
Some might have thought the fight a little bit close.